Hello, gorgeous souls. We are back with Kate, and we're going to do another Women's Wisdom process on her. And like you, it's the first time I'm watching it. It's the first time Kate's watching it, so you get to see it live and see what happens. Let's go in. So, do you have anything, because you can use the system like this way, you can use it if you know of an emotional stress that you're under. And remember, emotional stress can be any time you're feeling emotionally wobbly. Or is there something you want more awareness on from your higher self? Because we can also use the system to tap into that. So,
wow.
Yeah, I know. Wow, I know. So you can have, what awareness would you love?
Right now I would like to have, I think if I was just going from today or even yesterday as well.
Stay present, best way to be.
Is the awareness of our relationship as a family. I think at the moment, because my two children are starting to battle a little bit. I'm battling with tiredness. Both my husband and I are both exhausted, and we're not really communicating. So just more awareness on the household, and again, so letting my creativity come through all that. I'm struggling with that. So more awareness and being planted on the ground, whereas I thought I'm just in a whirlwind at the moment and not really knowing where I can settle. So the thing I started doing yesterday was decluttering and throwing everything away. So just having that awareness of what I need in my life and getting rid of those things that I don't need.
Yes.
And I think that's a big thing that's come of late after speaking with you last time, was being okay with where I am and who I am now, being able to fall into that creativity. But I think what I know I need is to be able to let go of some things, so I'm not trying to crowd my life with too many things. I can just focus, if that makes sense.
Oh, it does. And again, Kate, family harmony. In all my professional years of healing people, treating people, giving awareness to people, it starts here in these arenas. And if you can find and use awareness, which is why I'm so passionate about this particular system, because once you start loving who you are, then you can start to, from that place, you're not so just focused on you. It's like, hang on, as a whole, how do we want to be?
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go in. So you would just go in, and this system just taps straight into your higher being, your higher intelligence, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. And we're asking for more awareness on how you can experience more harmony within your family.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what happens, and then we'll hear back from Kate and see how it goes. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing, I'm using self-muscle testing to drive the system, to use Kate's body. And the first thing that's coming up is balancing your hormones.
Oh.
Okay. Talk to me.
Oh. If I can say this on the screen,
say anything to these people.
2 or 3 days ago, I had IUD removed because I felt like the artificial hormones running through my system have been contributing to hair loss, but also it's hard to explain. But I just feel like so many areas in my life, my exhaustion and my ability to cope with things. And I've been talking so long about my hormones. And then I finally realised that it was this one thing. So I've had that removed. So my whole life at the moment is all about rebalancing my hormones.
Okay, and you can see that's exactly what's coming through. So this is going to help. And what a great choice. And it's a great choice if you do happen to have an IUD and it works for you. But if you don't, and the more you can tune into who you are, if that was just flow, awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so let's have a look. And there's 4 phases. And remember, hormones are how we function. So when our hormones are in balance, we naturally function well without thinking about anything. So when they're out of balance, that's when we can function in funky modes. And for women, we do have a strong connection to our hormones, and we are so much more happier when they are in balance, which is why one of the parts in this system of women's wisdom is about balancing your hormones.
Yes,
So this is
fantastic.
what's come up. You're relating to it,
Yes.
and that's a great start. All right, so there's 4 phases. There's the letting go phase, there's the creative phase, there's the growth phase. I'm just reading my chart. If you see my eyes go down here. And there's the intuitive stage. So this is the actual stage. This is just before the period. That doesn't mean that's where you are, and it's probably challenging to know where you are.
I have no idea where
That's
I am.
right.
Every morning I wake up, I'm like, I don't know where I am right
Yeah,
now.
okay.
So I'm waiting for,
So this is the part of Kate's hormonal flow that we are working with is the part just before she has her period, the classic PMT time.
Yes.
And so when we are in tune and in balance, that's a really creative time. That's a really intuitive time. So is what I meant to say. It's an intuitive time, phase 4. So under phase 4, the key word that we're looking for here is trusting your knowing.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to ask Kate what comes up for her. Imagining that we've directly connected with a higher self. So just say whatever's coming up and I'll guide you like I did before, so you can get to the depth and then you know where you're at.
Yes.
What comes up for you when I say trusting your knowing?
I've come to a bit of a block there. Yeah.
Okay, great. Not great, but what I also teach you in these systems is if you do feel the block, because you'll be doing a lot of this work if you choose to use it, which I'm encouraging you to, on yourself, but also even if you're doing it with a friend or your partner or one of your children if they're old enough. And we do come across blocks because that conscious mind can just shut things down.
Yeah.
We can actually ask Kate's body, give us a window of what this is about, and she can relate to it. And this is where part of my message is you can tune in to your body. You have all the answers. You can really tune in.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look. Today is, what is the day? Friday.
Yes.
So if we go Friday, Thursday, Wednesday morning, Wednesday lunchtime, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. So some awareness can be found from Wednesday night. So tell me about Wednesday night.
Let's think back to Wednesday night.
Dinners are usually what I go back on.
Yeah, Wednesday night I was at home and everybody was out.
So you're on your
swimming.
own?
I was on my own, and
Lovely place to.
Yes, but I was struggling to find any focus on just getting my normal things done for the day, like doing the dinner. And I seem to have this time, but it's the way I use it. I feel like I lost.
Yeah.
In the evenings I feel lost, and it gets really late, and then the kids go to bed really late, purely because I just haven't been able to function. So even just getting the dinner done on Wednesday night was a nightmare.
Great.
Because I couldn't connect
Yeah.
to anything.
So you can relate to it. So in this awareness, we are actually, if you like, strengthening your ability in those spaces to trust your knowing.
Yes.
So possibly more than likely, by the time you and I meet again for these sessions, that Kate's been so awesome to share with you her life. We're going to be knowing lots about Kate. I'm going to ask you that question when you come back. How has it been tuning into your knowing? Because knowing, when you trust your knowing, it's just something you know. It's not a thought. It's not what you should do. It's you tune in and you go, okay, Jules, what do you want to do right now? You've got an hour. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
And when you're a clear channel, your higher self will just go here, do this. And I'm really encouraging you to follow that. Now, if you're not a clear channel and you're blocked, for years I have taught women and used myself, you can self-muscle test your body and think, okay, I've got this to do, this to do, this to do. It's this is what I can do, and start to tune into your flow that way.
Yes.
And that can help you learn the frequencies of your knowing above your thoughts and your judgments. Okay,
Absolutely.
But for what we're doing now, we are strengthening your innate ability to tune in and trust your knowing. Because at this point, you don't know muscle testing. Is that true?
That's right.
Yep. I'm still getting to learn to know Kate too.
Yep.
She will be knowing. She'll be at my next workshop. You can guarantee that. We'll hear her experience there. But yeah, so at this time, we're just going, tune in and trust, and we're going to see what happens.
Yes.
It's just an experiment.
Okay. Fantastic.
So at the moment, Kate's emotional body feels fear. You can relate to that?
Oh,
If you
yeah.
tune in, okay? Tell these gorgeous souls what's fear. Your emotional body's feeling fear if you stop and tune in and trust your knowing.
Yeah, I think it's not a simple matter of saying I fear this, I fear that. There's just this generalized fear of coping and getting through the day, but maybe not being able to be who I need to be to support the family. Even simple things like making the dinner and doing the washing. I end up sometimes just staring at all these things that need to be done, and then I get nothing done. And I think these things are simple, but they're not. So I fear every day of not doing these things, but that fear is freezing me, and I'm not doing any of it.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I find that
I think I'm sure a lot of women are going to get this. Yes.
I must do all these things, and then I end up doing none of them because I've got all this fear built up that I'm not good enough, and I'm not that I can't even fulfill these simple tasks. They're supposed to be simple tasks, but they're time consuming and physically demanding, and I find that I'm not doing any of them because I fear that I'm just not good enough. Or